Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. In today's video, we'll be talking about how to pack succulents. Now this is my Echeveria Dusty Rose. Now guys, when I'm talking about packing, now this is usually if you are shifting from one place to another, or in case if you're planning to swap your succulent with someone else, then you can go for a packing like this. Now guys, I am not a seller, so I'm not very perfect with packing. So this is going to be a very amateur packing that I'm going to be doing with whatever material is available. Now the most important thing is whenever you are going to pack your succulents, ensure that the roots are completely dry. Please do not use wet rooted succulents. You have to put them out probably a day or so, maybe 2 days, depending upon your environment, how soon the roots will dry. Ensure that the roots are completely dry. Now either you can use a toilet paper, a tissue paper, or you can use newspapers. So I will definitely make a video packing succulents with toilet paper. It's slightly tricky, and apart from that, it's unnecessary wastage of toilet paper. So when you have newspapers that are just getting wasted, you can use newspapers. This is just a very basic packing. Now here, as you can see, I have secured the root area. Ensure that the roots are dry. Ensure that you try to take out as much as soil from the roots. Try to clean as much as you can. Definitely you cannot take out all the soil, but try to remove as much as you can. Now the reason why is because succulents are going to be in the box for some time, and there is something called as condensation that will happen. At times you might have noticed your succulents tend to come in slightly wet. You tend to see the tissue, the toilet paper, the newspaper tends to have this slight moisture. That is because of condensation. Now that is the reason why we do not want to have soil in our succulent roots, because otherwise the soil will get wet. And that's another reason why we do not use any plastic wrapping, because again, if there is moisture, the roots will get wet, and plastic, it is going to trap that moisture in the roots. We do not want that to happen. Now after this, I'm going to use another piece of paper, another piece of newspaper, and start securing the upper portion of the succulent, and those are the leaves. It's very important you secure the leaves, otherwise you know the succulents are wide. They have these leaves that are open. You need to secure them inwards so that they do not break. Now once you're completely done, you are sure that your succulent is secure. Now this extra newspaper is going to act like a cushion for the succulent. After this, either you can use a tape or you can use a staple pin like this. I do not have tape right now, so I'm just going to staple it like this. Now once you have stapled it, now again it depends upon you. If you are traveling with the succulent in your hand, probably you're shifting from one location to another and you have the box in your hand, you can just keep the succulents like this open. But if you're sending it to someone else, probably you're swapping your succulent, then it's better that you just staple it from above, or you can just put a tape above so that the succulent is completely secured. Now the next important thing is to find the right box or the right container. Now I personally tend to recycle a lot of my stuff, so I have these Amazon cartons that are always handy. I keep them in my storeroom, and whenever it's necessary I tend to use them and I tend to recycle them once again. Now it completely depends upon you. You can either purchase them online. You tend to get these boxes. Now remember guys, the box has to be of the right size. Do not use a very tiny box, and do not try to stuff in a lot of succulents. You do not want to squeeze them. Try to get a box that is big enough, because the next thing what we are going to do is we are going to cushion the box. Now here again I'm using a lot of newspapers which are waste paper. So this completely depends upon you. You can use newspapers, you can use anything. A lot of people tend to use bubble wrap. A lot of people tend to use those thermocol balls. But if you can avoid it, if you have a lot of newspapers that are just lying around, you can just fill the container with newspapers. You can just make them into these round balls. Now this is basically to cushion the succulent in case, you know, at times there is rough handling by the courier people, so by the shipment people. So in case if they tend to throw your box, or if it tends to get smashed, you have this extra protection, extra cushion inside the box. And now you have to ensure that you are aware which side is the up and which side is the root area. So ensure that you keep your succulents upright. Now this is just an example because I'm just showing you one succulent. Obviously you are going to have a lot of succulents, so you can just club them together, just arrange them next to each other and try to put in more newspaper around it at the corners, at the edges of the box, so that in case if there is any pressure on the box, your succulents are cushioned. Now guys, this is pretty simple. This is how you're going to line them up. Now usually if you are going to carry these succulents with you, like if you're going to carry them in person, then you definitely do not need newspapers because you would be handling them. Newspapers and cushioning is only in case if you're putting your succulents in shipment, because a lot of times the boxes can get smashed, so you want to protect your succulents. So you can just arrange your succulents like this in case if you're taking it by hand, or you can start cushioning them like this. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.